Kristen in?
I think they're on the floor.
Oh, they're voting on the floor?
Yes.
Do you know what time they'll be in, or
It just kind of depends.
is there an aide somewhere, or an aide I can talk to real quick? I just have a question.
Yeah, I'm not sure where she's at. She's around herself.
She would be in there though, right? All right, I'll check back. And then Raider.
He's down the hall.
He's this hall?
Yeah.
Thank you. On the floor, okay. So the senators are on the floor. Okay, I'm about to go in to speak with Senator Dave Rader's staff regarding SB 430.
So this last year, really important on the bills. Senator Rader has had a very big interest in making Oklahoma's water policy the best it can be, conserve our water resources, and I think those two bills are extremely important. To that note.
How are you?
Doing well, how are you?
Good.
Come back around and do this again. I like your, what is it,
Hello?
Bolero? What's it?
Bolo,
Bolo. Okay,
you know,
that's nice.
if you go to Hominy, Oklahoma, there's a wonderful Indian store there. Like great artists, that does jewelry, painting, metal sculpture, and murals and walls. So that town is littered with all, yeah.
That's up in, is it
It's
around?
around Osage County.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very definitely.
Right.
Well, I wanna put this with 1817 then.
All right.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, hello.
Yes, ma'am. Is Rader's on the floor, isn't he?
Yes.
I have a question regarding SB 430. Was he in favor of getting that bill outside of committee for a vote, or
What
was
was the
he
bill
against it?
number?
SB 430, it was the ban on stratospheric aerosol injections that went before the Energy Committee, and
Whose
then it
bill
never
was
made
it?
it out. I'm not sure. That's why we're trying to figure out who was for it and who was.
No, if you have a
against it.
website, you can look all that up. You know that, right?
Hmm?
You can look every bill up.
Yeah, but this is a committee, so there was no vote, and so I have to
Oh,
go
well,
to
then I
the,
wouldn't know.
I have to go to the senators and the representatives to see where they stood, because the public wants to know who they can thank, basically, because they're trying really hard to get
Yeah.
that passed.
If it didn't come out of committee and they didn't vote on it, I don't know.
Yeah, and so we're trying to
Yes.
figure out who inside, because some of the other aides have stated that there was a majority of conservatives that actually blocked that bill from getting out, and we're trying to figure out who they are, so we can hopefully pray with them and tell them that this has to stop. The military's poisoning us. It's irrefutable evidence now. Those stratospheric aerosol injections contain biological and chemical agents.
That's what this says. Well, I mean, I don't know. If it didn't get a hearing in committee, he probably wouldn't have seen it till it got there. It went to what committee? Supposed to? Didn't even get assigned.
It didn't even get assigned.
4:30.
Yeah, 430.
Look at that. Hold on. It was referred to energy. Yeah.
Referred to energy, but no sign. There's no notes or anything on there that would help.
No.
Okay, what about Grant Green, Senator? You know where his office is? He's the chair of the committee, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
And yeah, you could, he is in room 428, which is the same
428.
hall as.
Can I leave my number? I'm an investigative journalist. I'm actually cooperating with the FBI on the investigation inside what the military is doing.
Okay.
My name
card?
is Lewis Arthur. I don't have any more on me. You can. It's Lewis Arthur, Lewis Arthur. My number is 520
Where are you from?
Arizona border 500-4506.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. You have a blessed day.
428, Grand Creek.
428 Grant Green. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna head to Grant Green's office. Oh wait, I actually think Miss Thomas is here.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not thinking about that.
She's on her phone. I'll wait.
Hello.
We'll stop record and start another for Senator Kristen Thompson. Might be waiting here a couple minutes. Her aide's on the phone. Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to get information on Miss Thompson and SB 430. She's on the Energy Committee.
Okay.
And the Senate had, there was a bill that was brought up, SB 430, dealing with the stratospheric aerosol injections. There's chemical and biological agents that they're spraying in the chemtrails. Those things are being investigated by HHS R.F. Kennedy Jr. right now, and I'm cooperating with the local FBI in my reporting.
Okay.
Now, that bill was brought up, and I've been able to talk to a lot of aides, and it was never pushed through. I'm trying to find the people who wanted that bill to go through, so we can notify their constituents that their senator was actually trying to push that bill, and we can figure out who blocked them, because from the reports I have so far, a lot of conservatives blocked that bill. And when I research, a lot of them have money that's invested in Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, the Boeing company, these military complexes, these programs themselves. There's a conflict there, and I'm trying to just get around that.
I don't know anything about what her feeling on 430 was, since it didn't come up in committee. Have you talked to the chair? of
I'm
the
getting ready
Energy
to go to
Committee?
Green after this. I went over
Yeah,
to
I mean,
Rader's office, and she's
he's-
on the floor, right? Or-
Yeah, they're
okay.
all on the floor.
Okay.
He's the one that would make the decision on if the bill would get heard in committee or not.
Do you get calls from constituents regarding chemtrails still, or is there a concern?
Her district, not really.
Not
I
in her
haven't.
district? Okay.
Like, I'm trying to think if I even heard anybody. I don't even think anybody addressed this particular bill. But no, I don't, not this year.
I'm investigating allegations because they're saying that the bill itself was only put forth to pacify the people that are constantly bombarding Governor Stitt about the chemtrails. I do know from his staff he gets calls daily about that.
We don't, not from our
Yeah,
district.
he has. And
Yeah.
so I'm trying to figure out if this bill was just brought up as a smokescreen to keep the public pacified.
Did you talk to the Senate author, Sakieri?
Yeah, no. She's the last one I want to go to because she authored it, so I'm not going to
Well, no,
question
I'm just
her
saying,
up front,
I'm
right?
just saying, like, if it's a smokescreen, like, she's the one that brought the bill up. So if that would be the case, like,
But she could have been bringing the bill up without realizing that her colleagues were working around her, is what I'm being told. It's not this bill sponsors, and I'm trying to figure out who in the Department of Energy said that we're not going to even address this bill.
I would start with Green, because like I said, he's the chairman. He's the one that says yes or no if that bills will be heard in that committee. So
Okay.
he would be the one that would.
Green's up on the fourth floor,
Yes.
430.
I'm not sure what room, but yeah, right there on that north hall.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
I'm Lewis. Thank you. Can you leave my number if she has any questions? I am an investigative journalist cooperating with the local FBI regarding.
Okay.
It's 520-500-4506. And I'm available for any questions
last
that she
name?
may have. Arthur, Arthur.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a blessed day.
You too.
Bye-bye. Hi, ma'am. Is Kendall the one who sponsored 430? I'm sorry, I'm Lewis. I'm investigating Senate Bill 430, why it didn't get out of committee, and I believe that.
Let me look. Sorry, I'm covering for the assistants on computer access,
Oh.
not just on my phone.
Okay.
It was. Did you say SB?
SB 430,
430.
which she was the sponsor of.
She was.
Sorry, apologize.
Okay. And you want to know why it didn't make it out of committee?
Yeah, I'm looking for a timeline of the way it processed because I've been interviewing some of the aides, and they said that a majority of the conservatives actually were against the bill, and that the bill sponsors were under pressure itself, saying that it's a conspiracy theory, they're just contrails.
Okay. So it never actually made it to committee, is what I'm seeing. So, since I'm not her assistant, I don't really know, but my guess is since it never made it to committee, she probably pulled it and she's gonna try and rework on it for next year.
For the next session. Well, I know it hasn't been totally killed, as they explained to me, so it can be brought up again.
Yes.
But we have to wait a whole year to get the military to stop poisoning us.
Correct.
I can't wait a year for that. You know.
Right.
Is there a way you could leave my information with her and have her
Yes.
contact me? My name is Lewis Arthur.
I'll let you sign your name.
I am an
phone
independent investigative journalist. I am cooperating with your local FBI. You can contact Agent Rich. I provided them evidence that the United States military is utilizing chemical agents, biological agents, and directed energy weapons against us. And Title 50, the DC politicians put into law Title 50 with a PrEP Act that has a subsection, 1540A, that authorizes the military to use these stratospheric aerosol injections and weapons against us. I don't consent, right? So if you can have them contact me, I am an independent investigative journalist, and I want whoever's trying to put a stop to this, I want to give them everyone that they could possibly need that wants to stop it with them. There's a lot of groups out there, and we just need to put everybody together to put a stop to this as fast as possible. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. And Green's office.
Senator Green, I believe he is on the other side.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Green, SB 430, the bill that never made it to committee. He's on the Department of Energy.
The Energy Committee, yes, sir.
Yes, the Energy Committee. That bill that was through, I'm trying to find why it didn't get through subcommittee.
I do not know the answer to that. I'm not made aware of why bills are heard or why they are.
Do you know offhand if Senator Grant Green was in favor of banning the military's use of stratospheric aerosol injections?
I don't know.
No offhand? Okay. Do you know of anybody else related to SB 430 on the conservative side that were pushing to stop this bill from going through?
No, I don't.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. You got a minute? I'm investigating SB 430 and the people that were on the Energy Committee because the bill never made it, and there's been like a ton of evidence related to the chemical and biological agents.
You've already given me 2 of these, and
Okay.
my representative is for it,
Who's not?
It
So we
never-
can. So, I mean, who are the individuals that are not for it?
I'm so sorry, I just don't know.
Would the representative be able to tell me that? I mean, is that something that he can?
Because it just never, I know one of the representatives here tried presenting it, and she just didn't really know her stuff very well to present to the committee. And then it just never made it, they wouldn't even hear the bill over there, but that's partly, I think, because of.
Mainly,
senator that
not
was
the
for it.
scientific evidence wasn't there enough to convince the people.
Some people just think, they just don't think it's a thing.
But Title 50 of the U.S. Code gives
I
them
know.
permission to do this to
I
us.
know, it's been going on for years and years and years. You don't have to convince me, because I'm totally against it.
And he's for it.
Oh, yeah. He
Then
may
what can we do
even-
to help him
he
get
might
him the
even- Well,
people?
there's not anything else that can be done this year, because there's not anything else that'll have to be next year. And I asked him if he's gonna run the bill or not, and he said he was gonna do a lot more, looking into it this year, I think, to know how to, I don't even know, he might even do like I don't wanna say that, but he said he's gonna be looking into it a lot.
But he's gonna
He
keep
might
fighting
carry
for it?
And he might carry it next year.
Okay, I've had over 4 hours of interview with the FBI. I've taken over a credentialed researcher that was also targeted, had her life threatened, and we're cooperating with Agent Rich out of the Oklahoma City FBI. So this is not some conspiracy. These are criminal complaints filed against us.
You are preaching to the wrong person,
Oh.
because I know, I mean, they're over my house.
Who can I take the evidence to and what I film myself that's causing a problem? I just want to show them that they're being lied to, that these are actual poisons.
I don't know if I'm gonna try to talk to the speaker's office, or who, I just don't know.
Hilbert?
Hilbert, yeah.
And is there a way for the governor? I know the governor can call an emergency session. Is there a way if the speaker was to pressure him and say, "Hey, we just need to hear
they
this
don't.
one bit"?
They
No.
don't do that. No,
Okay.
That's not, they don't do that.
So we're looking at a year. unless something
Yeah, because all
changes.
the bills, I mean, we're on the tail end of the bills, so there's not, I mean, there's not anything else that can be done.
All right, I'm gonna keep trying. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's go to Fritz.
That's over the internet. It's on
So I have to go online to schedule. So what about her appointment she scheduled earlier? Does she have to go back online to schedule again?
That's
or-
probably a good call. I don't remember scheduling an appointment with her in person.
It was with Lillian. I requested one, and she said she would get back to me, but never did.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
And then one more question. John Dawson is who would be his boss, the chief of security for the Capitol? He's been following me around and harassing me with law enforcement this morning.
I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know who his direct boss would be.
Then how do I get the complaint filed against his actions?
If you'd like to, you can write a complaint here with us.
Okay. Do you have a form? Am I able to submit videos and audios?
I'm not sure if you can hear.
Okay. Thank you too for your patience in this matter. And what's the online? Is it to just go to the Capitol schedule? Is there a link that says schedule a meeting with the governor?
I'll write down where you should go.
Okay, so just write out the nature of the complaint, date, and time?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Is that something I can have?
Huh?
Is that something I can have?
Sure.
Or is it just for to look at? Okay. This looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I think you should be okay.
Thank you.
25. What's the time of the first video with this? We get this complaint filed and then we'll get this uploaded.